quick disclaimer, my videos are meant to be transparent, so I'm gonna talk about the good and the bad. If you're one of those people that are only gonna listen for a few, 30 seconds and then move on, this video ain't for you. And don't you dare comment on my video if you haven't listened to what I had to say. Thank you much. All right, welcome back. Sorry I've been gone for so long, just trying to get myself prepared for retirement. But I wanted to start back and start giving y'all more reviews and discuss all the different places that I've traveled to. And of course, we got to start off with Tunisia. That's where we left off. So Tunisia, right? Obviously, every country has its goods and bads, right? And so in Tunisia, I got to separate my professional and my personal. So like in my professional day-to-day, all my interactions are amazing. I actually have become pretty close colleagues with some of the guys out there, and they share with me some of their perspectives and different things going on in their country and things going on in our country. And it's amazing how in the professional workplace you can actually talk about politics with no problem, considering if you got a mature audience, right? Everyone's just being level-headed, more just asking questions instead of making statements. So statements is what gets us in all these sticky situations. But yeah, he kind of warned, the guy I'm talking about, he warned me that, there is open racism in Tunisia because their president was paid billions of dollars from a lot of European countries to stop the flow of Africans. And so similar to kind of how it is in the US here, where a lot of racist people don't like brown people because they feel like they're taking their job, blah, 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 and they make all their excuses, in that same way, all the black people, Africans, are the legal people going into Tunisia. So you can kind of understand why they have the sentiment that they do. And you can check it out on your own, but there's videos of, for example, I'm not gonna say who it is, but different entities within the Tunisian government that have been seen sinking boats of Africans out at sea instead of helping them like they're supposed to. They sink in their boat, and then what you don't see off camera is that they will capture them and then sell them to Libya, because Libya and Tunisia share an open border, and people down there are kind of mixed together, so they help each other out because Tunisians have less money than some of the Libyans, and so they get money by selling slaves, people that they capture, to Libya. All right, so now we got that out of the way. All right, so all things considering, it's still, despite all that, it's still one of my favorite places that I've ever been to. Multiple reasons why. One is a lot of, I already know where I can go and can't go, because I've been briefed on where I can and can't go, and I'm gonna tell you where you can and can't go. Whereas for you, you may not be going there for work, so I can't tell you what to do, but I highly recommend that you listen to my advice. Otherwise, you end up in a situation like the girl from Maryland who got snatched in Tunisia. But what I will tell you, the reason why it's one of my favorite places is just so unique. It's like Africa, but it's not African culture. It's like Arabic culture, Muslim culture, and I'm a believer in Christ. Obviously, what I stand for doesn't match with what they stand for, but I take every opportunity to try to show kindness and reflect that love of Christ. However, you can only do it via action, because there in Tunisia, it's actually illegal for anyone that's not a Muslim to talk about their faith to a Muslim. But a Muslim can talk to you about their faith, and of course, that's a reciprocal conversation back and forth. So obviously, you'll be able to tell them, oh, what you think, but you can't just go in and start a conversation yourself. So I like how when I go there, because I'm American, of course they're gonna ask me questions, right? Now, the food there, oh my gosh, food there is absolutely amazing. The poorest people in Tunisia eat better, healthy, quality food than middle-class Americans. I just was there for 2 weeks, and I only worked out like twice a week, and I lost like 20 pounds. So that was eye-opening. But most people don't know, all of your olive oil, majority of your olive oil comes from Tunisia. And I love how for every Tunisian meal, we'd have a little bit of bread that it's all natural bread, no additives. So you didn't get full off of it, which is crazy. With harissa, which is like this pepper sauce that you dip into, and then they put like a little tuna and some olive oil. They have this thing called brick. It means finger, but it's basically like a pastry with tuna, a fried egg in it, and cheese. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. I had those like pretty much every day. That's like their version of rice. And of course, you usually get like a protein, lambs, steak, beef, because they don't eat pork, chicken. So the food was amazing. And it's like, for American, it's like very cheap. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I made a lot of money when I was out there off per diem because, I couldn't spend all the money. If you wanted me to, I couldn't eat it. I'd be like 10 pounds like overweight. I couldn't physically do it. The ice cream there is made fresh, and for the most part, just like everywhere, right? And this is my motto I live by. I grew up around a bunch of racist people, so I know what it looks like. But I don't pay them attention. Unless you engage with me directly, I'm not even gonna give you the time of day. And so, because they speak French and Arabic, that's the cool thing about it. Most people are trilingual there. Pretty much everybody's trilingual. They speak Arabic, French, and then they'll always speak like English in a lot of hotel places. And then a lot of people that are in hospitality, they want to learn Spanish or German, because they want to go to Spain or Germany to work there. And then, but the beaches are so nice. You're in the Mediterranean, so like you can just float so easily. Crystal calm waters, blue. You can get fish right out of the ocean. Like, the place is just amazing. Now, when you're driving, it's pretty interesting. The police there actually help with tourism. So normally here in the U.S., if you got a 5-0 following you, a lot of times you get nervous, but they're doing it for your protection. They're doing it to just make sure that you're going to get to your place safely. Now, the places that I went, we would basically like do some sightseeing on the way there. There's always two of us. But yeah, no issue. And then, of course, just like anything, the police, they have all these checkpoints. Bro, I just act like I don't see them and drive unless they wave me down. And a lot of times, don't try to speak any foreign language, Arabic, French, or anything like that. Just speak English. Majority of the police in a lot of these local places away from Tunis, which is the capital, they don't speak English, so they're just gonna be like, ah, get out of here, They won't be bothered with you. Tolls are very cheap, like equivalent of 10 cents a toll. The gas is really cheap. Man, and some of the best food you'll get there are in the gas stations, man. They have like some of the best coffee in the world, man. Like straight up Arabic beans, like it's like so like bitter, robust, great smell, like, and they don't drink like big cups of coffee. Call me silly and naive, but I had to realize why they made up the word Americano, because it's coffee with a espresso and water, which is what coffee is, and a big cup. Whereas for everybody else, they take like little mini sips. So they have like a little espresso. And that's all they drink for their coffee, and they're done. Versus us sipping on it all day. So that's how you can tell the difference between who's local and who's not. Of course, a lot of people in Europe do that same thing. Tourism. The majority of their tourists are from France and Germany. So a lot of the hotels are actually owned by France and Germany.